looking at John's socks. Yeah.
For those of you who don't, or just on audio, I'm wearing socks. They're very colorful.
Ew, why are you wearing socks? I was sweating. Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, because I don't know. There's something about podcasting and like people seeing your feet. I feel like it's gross. Like I cross my legs a lot. I realize when I talk.
Okay.
And if I know that more people listen to the audio than watch the video.
If you've ever seen his naked feet, we're really sorry.
Yeah.
It's so offensive. You can look at mine though.
Yeah. Look at
Wearing
that.
socks.
Mine are like kind of.
I got a pedicure last week, and it cost my friend, I think it was like 173 Fijian dollars.
Just to get your toes done.
Yeah, and like, I
You
should
know what you
have
could have done with that money? You know what your friend could have done with that money?
It wasn't my money, but
Could have
like
paid for another room for your pal.
your pal. No, but I like the barely pink color, and now the red dirt's under it.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I don't know. They're looking pretty old now. Where'd you get those done?
We got that done at
So explain to people.
InterContinental.
InterContinental.
So my best friend from Canada came to Fiji and took me on a holiday. And so we went and toured a bunch of resorts. We were traveling for like maybe a week and a half, I think. Is it a week and a half?
It was a week.
Well, I'm counting like going to Savasi.
Oh, okay, yeah. Week and a half, yep.
Yeah. So she came in and then we did a hotel on this island in South Sava, which is more of like a luxury mini place. It was one of our favorites. We really liked it.
Savasi?
Yeah, Savasi. Okay. It's beautiful. And then we went across. John and I had a conference in Suva. We spoke at the WIN convention. It's like Women Invigorating the Nations. It's hosted by WebC, which is Women
Entrepreneurial Business Council.
Yeah, so many acronyms in this country. I'm not good with acronyms, but yeah. And then we went on holiday. We went over to Outrigger, and then we did Myola, which is an Airbnb. And then we did InterContinental, and then we ended with Momi Bay, which was the best.
All right. So you had your criteria at each hotel that you were reviewing.
Yeah, we made a vlog. It wasn't very good because we just had our cell phone. All the fun.
Oh my gosh! Don't listen to Stephanie when she says all we had is a cell phone. They had a cell phone. They had an iPhone 14 Pro.
Yeah, but
which is what we film all our vlogs on. Yeah, but that's a terrible excuse.
Yeah, but we're not gonna take in the ocean with us.
Nobody wants to see your ocean adventures.
Well, it was just like us in a room being like, this place sucks or this place is good.
You're supposed to show people around. That's why I said show people the pool, show people the restaurant.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't think we're that interesting. We're like, I don't know. I'm not very good at it.
That's why I laid it out for you like that.
Practice.
I was like, these are the
we didn't follow the criteria.
Dude.
We started off with the criteria, and then Roz is like, no, not good enough. And we had a paper from the first hotel that gave us a criteria.
Okay, well, as long as you review the same things at each place.
We did that. We thought we'd be funny, and then we weren't funny.
Which hotel had the best bed?
Oh, which was...
I mean, not that I care.
Oh, probably either Savasi or Outrigger. The boys want to know if you want to have kava.
Oh, yeah.
The guys are sitting... Yeah, guys are sitting in the background like, can we drink now? Can we drink now? Why is it taking so long? You guys shut up about your holiday. Or my holiday. So the boys were just here.
Everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Sorry, we haven't been doing this for a while. We've just had visitors and lots of inconsistency in our life, which is translated into our content creation game. Yeah. And so, welcome back.
I was at the hotel, motel, holiday. No?
Actually, though. We were at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
So, thank you guys for joining. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah,
it
so
is
if you want
to everybody.
Oh, sorry.
By Waka Media, which is our new media company. And if you guys, we believe that every company should be a social media company, as Gary Vaynerchuk would say. And we embraced his, I guess, business theory early on. And we believe that everybody should tell their story, and that people are more attached to the person behind the product than the actual product itself. So if you have two toothpaste lined up against each other, they're going to buy toothpaste from the person that they trust and the people that they feel like create the most ethical type of toothpaste over the toothpaste that they have no idea about. And so, for example, or if you have an NGO and you need funding, we we love to answer the why behind the what. Obviously, that's what we do with our lives, and that's why our company is Waka, and that's why we tell the story of the Waka brand through our family, the Waka family, even though that's not our last name. And so, yeah, we're on a journey. We just launched our media company, and we're looking for clients. And so we've already had a few. And if you guys would like to step up your social media game, I think this year will be a year that we prove like how important the last 4 years has been for us.
Yeah, I hope
And
so.
our commitment to content creation. And so, yeah, give us a shout and send us a DM, and we can give you guys a hand.
So I think in my life, like the people that have been most influential for me are people I've never met in business. Like you were saying, like Gary Vaynerchuk.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to him early on in like the business start of our entrepreneurial like pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to him. I listened to Jocko. What's his last name?
Jocko Willink,
Yeah. I was going to say something else. So.
The
So
Way of the
what's his-
Warrior Kid.
Oh, I haven't read that one yet, but I've read his leadership book.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that's called. What is that called?
Um,
Ownership or Extreme Ownership
Extreme
is his
Ownership,
book.
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And then Alex Hermosi is amazing.
More recent.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we took a class from Ryan Pineda on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So, just kind of following people that you like what they do and listen to what they have to say. And you don't have to take everything. But I think some of their strong opinions have shaped my opinions because I see it work. And then when you adopt those things, that I'm going, oh, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
So I think that's always interesting. Is there someone else for you in your life that you had that influenced you in business or your life choices or
No, I don't think so.
no?
No. I think behind every entrepreneur is an insufferable ex-boss. And that's kind of like this. What?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh.
I'm agreeing.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were making fun of me.
You
'Cause
might be that person that spurs someone on eventually.
Yeah,
but
well, like I had a boss
hopefully not.
in the past. Worked for those of you who don't know, I used to work in the automotive mechanical industry, and so I worked in a shop that specialized in European vehicles, and so it was awesome because I got to drive all my dream cars for 3-4 years, just all the time. Go pick them up from clients' houses and drop them off, take them home on the weekends. It was the best. I had a boss who had the best dreams and something like a vision that you could really get behind, but the way he just executed and the way he micromanaged, he had an ability to hire all the right people and then just destroy them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was like, oh, he has a lot of qualities that like make him very attractive and very easy to get behind. But as you work for him, it's like Chinese water torture. Is that what you call it?
Like where they drowned you?
I don't know why I had to put a race to that, but that's my bit unnecessary.
Water torture.
Yeah, like the dripping, it's just like a slow dripping of a tap. It's like a nagging wife, I guess, as Proverbs would say.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm a nagging wife, and you still miss me while I was gone.
I didn't miss
so.
you at all, dude. So because of my ex-boss, I was like, dude, you do so many things right, but there's just like a few things that you could do just like a little bit better that would have like kept the whole team together. I probably still would have been there to this day. And so that's why I'm saying behind like every person who starts a business is probably an experience where they were like mistreated or like something where they're like, those people sucked. I could do this. I know exactly what you guys do, but I could do it better.
Yeah,
And that's
for
kind
sure.
of, not that I run an automotive mechanic shop, but I learned a lot from him. And like the lessons that I learned, the things I learned not to do are just as important as the things I learned to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, and sometimes, like, I can be sucky as a boss, and, like, you look at those moments for your employees when they leave, you're like, I hope they, like, use that. I think that. Like, I hope they, like, didn't like me enough that they take that and, like, spurs them on. Like, I've had girls do both. I've had girls in my cleaning company back in Canada quit for 25 cents extra and then come back and go, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how good I had it. Like, can I have my job back? And then I've had other people that we have just very fundamental differences, and I'm like,
No, it's not going to work.
this is not going to work, and they are fully in agreement, and I hope they leave and go, like, I hated how she ran things. like so badly that they go start
You know what they
something
say?
else. What?
The grass is not greener on the other side.
Yeah, well,
The grass is greener where you water it.
Ugh, John is just full of like sayings.
Dude.
It's like probably his new favorite one of the week.
What?
That saying.
No, I heard. No, that's old.
I know, but like you probably just wrote it down in your little notebook.
I kind of speak in quotes now, don't I?
Yeah, you've got a
Shoot.
savings of them. I wish you guys could see his like little. He's got like this little brown notepad that he just writes his life in. I wish we could just go through that. And
No.
Like, aw, it's a diary.
So, you spoke at a women's convention. Yeah, we did, and there was some Twitter hate. I think I mentioned that to you about the fact that that the men, had to hear, or women had to hear from men, like, is there not enough women? I would actually love to go through the Twitter thread because I love it, because it doesn't matter.
You should pull that up.
I can pull it up.
Okay, that'd be a good conversation. I
Yeah.
feel like. I think like I did think the same thing. Like when I got there, we were listening to like there's this guy on stage, and I was kind of like, I wonder what he's gonna speak about. Like, why do they have a dude up there? The rooster guy.
Oh yeah. So the CEO for Rooster Chicken, who sponsors the Fijian Super Rugby, women's Super Rugby team.
Yeah, so
and the men. Yeah.
I was like really curious, like, why is he sitting up there? Like, I didn't know who he was, and I was kind of like, okay, we'll see what like this guy has to say. But I thought it was really good. Like once he spoke and was interesting, and like he does a lot for women's sports in the country. I was like, oh, perfect. I'm glad he's up there. So I think like that is just like the strong feminist perspective.
Okay, I'll read this for you. I have it here. You want to go through this?
Yeah.
I think it's so funny. So I've always had an opinion about that couple from up north being obnoxious, ignorant, and up themselves.
Yes.
Heard them speak on Saturday at a convention and pretty much confirmed it to me. Puking emoji. Actually, this is a good. We should have a segment where we just read hate comments.
Puking.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like
should I read the thread?
Is
this you like this or no?
Puking emoji.
So I'll just be clear, like when and I said this on the stage, and maybe this is what really pissed people off, but like whenever somebody like goes and hates on you online, it's just a sign that they are unsatisfied. They hate themselves more than they hate you. There's something in their lives that they actually are struggling with, and it's usually has nothing to do with actually you. And so nobody doing better than you has ever hated on you. And so that's why these comments just don't bother me. I find them very amusing, and like they make me reflect. I'm like, okay, what? But I don't take them personally.
Dude,
you just can't.
She has a right to be pissed. If she hated us before the conference and then she paid a lot of money and then we were speaking there, she's like, shut up. I scroll past you on Facebook and then I just paid so much money. Shut your open mouth.
Yeah.
And then there's just me
so
up there so nervous.
Was it? Yeah, you hear like.
And I made John start. I was like, you start. And then that's probably what she hated the most. She's
you know what the worst part was that after I left the stage, like, thanks, guys. You're like, yeah, thanks. But it's ladies. And I'm like, yeah, ladies. And it was such an awkward end to the speech.
Was it?
Dude, you like corrected me in front of everybody.
Oh, no. Heaven forbid. It's a bunch of women. We all correct men in front of everybody. Okay.
So this person says, what was it about the speech in particular that was the confirmation?
Of what, her hate?
Yeah.
Oh.
Then, wish I had time for an essay. But in short, they gave off an air of saviorism complex.
What?
Like we're the saviors of the world.
How?
I didn't find the story they shared inspiring, but rather boastful. Slight to moderate victim mentality, etc. This is just me. If people love them, good on them, but I'm even less of a fan now.
Slight to moderate victim.
And then this person is like, you're speaking out jealousy, my friend. Heal. Remind me of what I'm jealous of again.
Just going through
this other person. Oh yeah, genuinely interested in what they said that triggered you.
Yeah.
Never sat right with me from when Girly Pop posted a video shitting on people. Sorry, for leaving Fiji for a better life, when her in-laws Mandanga did exactly that, and then they went on YouTube Live to defend their stance. Ick. Severe white savior complex, and they've been worshipped too long in their village.
Okay, well, number one, everybody in our
I'm
village
sorry.
doesn't give a rip about us, so that's
Dude.
number one. But number two, okay, let's just clarify that lovely video. And all of you guys also, all of y'all were like, oh yeah, it's a good video. We didn't see the perspective of hate that was coming for us. There's a video where this is very generalized and I'm also going to botch it, so we'll look for the next Twitter comments. But I was like, oh, why is everybody moving overseas? Like, there's so much to offer here. I wasn't saying don't move overseas. Like, we left Canada. I'm just asking people, like, why they're leaving or, like, why they don't see the potential here.
Right.
It wasn't that they can't. You're your own person. Do as you please. And, like, go make money or come home and relax. And most people that move overseas, all they want to do is come back to Fiji. So that's why I'm like, why is everybody going? And I'm just here. I don't really care what you do. I can't switch it. It's a question for like just like conversation perspective. And the funny thing is, we got so much hate online about it, but in town, I got so much love for it in person.
Well, that's why the internet is not real, and you don't take the good and you don't take the bad. You just put out what you believe, and like as much as you can't accept the bad, you also can't accept the good, because you just have to take what people give you at face value when you meet in person.
Yeah, like Tui and I were like, I was going grocery shopping. Tui's like, do you want me to come with you?
Like you're gonna get assaulted or something.
Well, because like online it looked pretty like not good. And then I went to town and I had people, oh, I love the video you put out. And I like came home and I was like, okay, I feel a little bit less like traumatized. That
Yeah.
was kind of like the first like mean, I think, comments we've had online.
Yep.
And it was just kind of like an interesting thing. Like, hey, how do we deal with this? How do you handle it? You know, I got called this really awful name on YouTube once. It was like, you bucktooth, yellow something, and like CUNT for those children that are.
Kunt.
Yeah. And I was like, I thought it was hilarious, actually. I called my sister and I was like, that's pretty funny. And she's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But there's some things that strike you funny, and then there's other things that you're like, ooh, this is like a little bit hard because you don't want people to think that way of you.
Yeah, it's funny because like at any point in your life, you don't feel like when you get asked to speak at a conference, I don't feel like I have the authority over the people that are listening to me, and I don't make content because I feel like I have a lot of important things to say. It's just like I just do it because maybe somebody can relate and just find inspiration to do their own thing and do it better than we did, and not make the same mistakes that we did. I'm not doing it to be like like some big like inspo up there on the stage. And so like when I'm asked to speak on the stage, it's not like I'm like super excited. I'm nervous. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
so
worthy of
nervous.
this. I'm not
so
trying
nervous,
to be
I
like,
don't know what I'm saying. I'm just like,
hey, you blacked out.
I was
Yeah.
blacked out, and later I'm like, how'd we do?
What did we say?
But we did practice it, so we tried to make it like short and sweet and like to the point and like get the things that we wanted to say out there. And then I think a lot of the other speakers
Did better than us.
pardon? No, they were just speaking from like they had like 5 papers of information, and then they were just like kind of long-winded, which wasn't bad. It was just like they were more telling like a story of their lives or experience.
Yeah,
or
we were
something.
kind of freestyle. You were freestyling it.
I was freestyle.
Yeah.
If you hire us ever, John will be prepared, and I will.
Oh yeah. I wrote mine down like 3 weeks prior.
Yeah, you're very prepared.
So we were staying at the Holiday Inn, which is a nice place. And then the staff is what makes it super nice. Like it's already a nice place and the staff are over the top. And so maybe that's IHG has just a way with their training programs, because like GPH, which is a Grand Pacific hotel in the capital city, which is right next door to where we were staying at the Holiday Inn, and InterContinental, they're all part of IHG. And so I assume they have some sort of training program because all the staff are
Yeah, they're really good.
quite good.
Yeah.
So then from there, you guys went to
Oh,
Outrigger.
before we move on to that, I just want
Yeah.
to say the conference we went to was run really well. Like,
Yeah.
I think, like, if you're ever going to send any of your female staff to a conference, that would be a good one.
For sure.
I think, like, The speakers were good. The women who put the event on were really great and organized, and it was entertaining. It was inspiring for the most part, and I think it was a really good like mixer. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, from there, what were you asking?
No, then you went to, what was your first hotel?
We went to
Last
Outrigger.
Outrigger.
Yeah.
What do you think of Outrigger? Have you been to Outrigger? No. I've never been to Outrigger. I've just driven past it. But to me, it's like Outrigger is on the Coral Coast, which is the western facing coast. So you get all the epic sunsets in Fiji. And there's just tons of hotels. It kind of starts probably about 45 minutes from the international airport to like an hour and a half away. And there's just like just strings of hotels and a village and more hotels. And so Outrigger is one of those, like, if you guys are looking to vacation in Fiji, it feels like it's been around forever. Like, in my mind, it's like one of the old hotels in Fiji.
Well, it is an old hotel.
Were the rooms old and kind of stuff, or?
I don't know. It's definitely a mixed review for us. Like, we got there, the entryway is beautiful, but we got kind of unlucky.
I gotta say, Fijian hotels do a great job of the lobbies.
The lobbies are really
right?
good, yeah.
So majestic.
And so we got in there and we are like, oh, this is really great. And then it just kind of went downhill really quickly. So we got to the front desk, our room. We were like an hour late. And then we had to wait another hour and a half for our room. And they put us in like a temporary room.
Did they get you free drinks?
No.
Ooh, okay, when we went to Holiday Inn, we had to wait for like
5 minutes.
5 minutes, not even 10. And we all got free drinks.
Yeah. They're like, oh, just have our house wine or house beer and just sit and wait.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, so at Outrigger, they gave you like this little, like, it was supposed to be an iced tea, I think. But Roz's was like horribly sweet and mine was really bitter.
Oh.
So it was like their welcome drink was the worst welcome drink out of all the hotels for sure. We were like, oh, what is this? And then we didn't get a room and I had to keep calling and be like, hey, like, is our room ready? Because Roz was getting kind of like, it's been an hour and a half. Like, this is a long time. And then we finally got our room.
Like an hour and a half passed when you were supposed to check in?
No, 2.5 hours passed when we were supposed to check in. So we got to the check-in an hour late.
That's got to be like a free meal or something, though.
Well,
from them.
It wasn't good. Like, we were kind of like, oh, after being at the Holiday Inn, we were like, this is not great customer service. That was good customer service.
Yeah.
This kind of sucks.
Shout out to
And
Billy.
then we were supposed to have a butler in our room. We got a brewery. The room was lovely. Loved the room. It was very clean, really nice. Actually, the temporary holding room they put us in, we like walked in and it smelled like mildew so bad. And Roz was like, oh, this hotel's gonna suck.
No.
And then we went to our real room and it was nice and clean.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because I was like, oh, no. So we went in there and then, so it was really nice. But we were supposed to have a butler service and they never showed up. They're supposed to like give you champagne and all this stuff. And then
What
they
other
never came.
stuff?
Canapes. Like little sandwiches.
Right. Canapes.
Oh, no, I think it's canapes.
Canape.
No, I think you're wrong.
Sorry.
And then we were supposed to have a tea the next day. And I don't know. And then so the biggest downfall, the vibe there was pretty good. There's lots of kids.
Real vibey.
Well, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And there was a water slide. So I was like, oh, maybe we'll bring our kids here. Like, they might like that. But the adult pool had a swim-up bar and it closed at 5 p.m., which was really lame, and no one was there. It was empty.
But it was a nice adult pool.
Oh, it was probably the nicest pool we were at.
Wow.
I love that pool, and it was empty. So you kind of hang out at, like, the kids' pool. You just know you're swimming in, like, a pool of pee.
Oh.
And then we went to go kayak.
An adult pool with a swim-up bar is full of pee.
Yeah, but there was nobody there.
I've never peed in an adult pool with a swim-up bar. Like, I would never do that, but like I know I've heard other people do that.
Well, when you see the old man that doesn't leave for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and then what else? Oh, and then we went to go take kayaks out.
Yeah.
At 9 in the morning, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're shut for the day."
Low tide.
Oh yeah, low tide. So it was kind of a bit of a downer. What?
I just thought about it.
What?
No, somewhere we need to go stay is at Little Via.
I don't know where that is.
Out by Ovalau, close to Koroi's Island. Little Via, remember with Dovi? The guy who like supplied the boat for Kai?
Yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking about like resorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
We
was
owe them.
okay. We went to Myola next, which is like an Airbnb in Saratoga.
Moving on.
Yeah, it just needs a good clean.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful property, so we'll see if they upkeep it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for
Well,
now.
Love Island was filmed there.
Well, and she is selling, so I'm hoping the sale goes through,
Really?
and then the new owners will
Corey, you want
hopefully
to buy
do
a
lots.
villa, oceanfront? How much is she selling it for?
She wouldn't tell us.
What?
Yeah, that was also weird.
Like you asked her?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, how much are you selling it for?" And she's like,
Contact
"Oh,
my realtor.
yeah." She's like, "Oh, we're putting it through like a professional company." I'm like,
Yeah, called a real estate broker, or like.
I was like,
Well,
"Well,
you're
I'm
so
sure you are, but
yeah.
like, also, what are you selling it for?" So that was kind of funny. But we kind of just like didn't want to stay there, so we took a day trip out to Cloud 9.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. Had
I'm sure.
a great time out there.
Yeah.
The only thing is they were feeding the fish, and that was terrifying.
Big fish coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you know what? Seventh Heaven is out there as well.
Yeah.
And we were driving past it, and it's in like dark water. Like Cloud 9 is in like the aqua area.
Yeah.
And like Seventh Heaven is in like dark water. That's
I wonder
not
what they
good.
did. Like, I wonder if they just pay the Matangalis like who own, or like the landowning units, like the Golingoli who owns those places. Like, how do they just like put those places there and make millions of dollars a year off them? Like, I wonder if because like it's not like they have to lease the ocean, but they might. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
But like, it's not like a boat that just travels through. Like, those things are parked there all year, every year, right? I don't know how that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good business. I wish once upon a time we talked with some friends about making one of those out here.
Mm.
We were all kind of joking, but I'm like, it's a pretty cool business.
Dude, if you had one in the Subsolo Bay.
Except that I just saved this Chinese man that almost floated away. So at Cloud 9, there's like a decent current. And he was like in a full life jacket, snorkel, earplugs. And he like went out past like the life raft thing. And they're like yelling at him, but he can't hear. And so,
Oh my
and
god.
so I like swam and like grabbed
You say
him.
he was Chinese?
Yeah, well, I think so. And
Okay.
then it was really funny. So I was like, "Come," but he can't hear me still. And I was like, "Dude, you almost died," because you could barely swim back to like the little life raft, which was like 2 feet away from us. So I was like, "Just grab the rope and get back in." So
And you did?
yeah, that was kind of the little funny thing to do.
Wow.
And then we went to, after that, where did we go?
You went for dinner?
Oh, we ran away from Iola really early.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, we didn't want
The
to.
next day?
Yeah, because we're like, well, what are we doing here? And it's kind of not clean, and that's a big problem for me. So we went to InterContinental, and that was great. They have a good facility, but you have to be like willing to chill. All the people there, the guests, not the staff, the guests are just really boring. Yeah, they're really snobby, and they're all reading a book. Like, every one of them is reading a book. We were like, oh, we forgot to bring a book. No, it was like a thing.
You just want to download a book on your phone?
Oh, yeah. And you had my AirPods, so it was kind of...
I sure did, honey.
Yeah. So that was good. We went to the spa there and got my expensive pedicure. And they
Worst
have like a
color
little
ever.
steam room there. That was nice. And then we went horseback riding on the beach. The guy that, shout out to Bill on the beach. He was cool. I was like, oh, I want to go for a rip. And he's like, okay, yeah. And then I'm on the horse. This is so rude, but it was funny. He's like, I was like, the horse doesn't want to run. He's like, yeah, I think the horse thinks you're too heavy. Bro. He was like definitely heavier than me. So I was like, okay. And then he told Roz she didn't want to run. So he got off, and then he took me like for a good run down the beach. But I think he literally gave me the oldest horse ever. Because I was like, can it run? He's like, yeah. He like first, he was like pointing at the brown one. And I was like, oh, that one? Like, it looked young. And he's like, no, go with this one. It was like this old, like almost dead horse. And I was like, I don't know if that one's the runner. Yeah, it was really funny.
Your legs still haven't recovered?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was a little sore. I haven't ridden in a long time. And he was like, you're Fijian. You can totally do this. He was
Oh,
like, I
because he
trust
knew who
you.
you were?
Yeah.
Didn't they like repost something?
Yeah.
From
Yeah. So
like
I shared it
the
on our page. Yeah.
Natandola Horse Owners Association
Yeah.
or something? Like there's a full like Facebook page for them?
Yeah, it was so funny. He's like,
I
you
love
got
it.
this. You're Fijian. And I was like, I told Roz, I'm like, dude, I haven't ridden since I was like 15. I might die.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And he really got ripping. And then I was like behind him, like my horse kind of like lined up behind him. And he's like, move over. But I was like holding the saddle. Like I got scared for a moment.
Really?
I haven't ridden in a long time. And the horse, they just like taken off. And the saddle was kind of loose. So I was really like
Oh.
jiggling a bit. And so I was, so I was holding
You weren't
on.
like supporting yourself with the stirrups at all?
Oh, those things were death traps. I
Oh.
was, but there was like metal in them and I was barefoot. And your toes would kind of slide through like the metal traps. And I
Yeah.
was like thinking like, if my toes get caught and I fall off, I'm going to lose a toe.
Oh my gosh.
So I was kind of like on the outside of them. I got
What was the
nervous.
best part about InterContinental then?
The horses, yeah.
Okay.
When we went body surfing there, that was great.
Yeah, that's fun.
Next one we went to
Momi.
We went to Momi. So we kind of got better and better. Momi was the best. Love Momi.
Yeah.
Like the room was so good.
I've only heard stories.
The service was good. The adult pool had a hot tub, which was needed. It rained the whole holiday pretty much.
Yeah. So Roz really cared about your friend that took you on the holiday. She was like really upset that it was bad weather. Did it like wreck her whole holiday, or did she kind of get over it in the end?
No, she got over it, but she was still kind of mad.
Yeah.
She got a tan. She was like, I would have been stressed if I was in tan. But
Oh,
I got
okay.
a tan. So, and I was happy because I would have burnt the whole holiday. So
Yeah, heck yeah.
it's fine. It was good. Yeah, and you were sitting here depressed. I
Depressed,
think.
sad.
How was your week?
It was long.
What was...
Just silence.
I feel like she give to you, Mike, and be like, how was John's week?
No, it was okay. It was good because like the kids keep you busy, and so
Yeah, you like took them to play pool every day.
it was just hyper depressing. I think because we went off of like and I said this at the convention, like I get a lot of energy from just meeting people and seeing people, because like we live up here in Runway, like there's not a lot of interaction or like inspirational moments in life up here. Like we put stuff out into the world and then it's just like comments, and which we really appreciate, but it doesn't feel like real. And then when you're in those moments, you're like, whoa, it feels like we're making a difference, or like our voice is heard. And then to come back here and then like you go out like having the best time of your life. And I guess haven't realized how connected or how connected I feel to you, especially like that I think because we've now like removed ourselves from what we used to know and like what was comfortable. And like now all I know in Fiji is like this place and like the few people that we have around us and like our kids and you. And so whereas like there's so many more buffers in our old life. Like I was busy every night.
Yeah.
At Bible study, then I had like elders meetings, then I would, be doing something on a vehicle, then I would be, prepping to go camping, and then, doing something with the church and doing something with the prayer team, and there was just always something. And so now I think I just feel it a lot more, which is like kind of sad.
It's fine.
But
that's what happens as you get older.
Yeah, probably. Dude, I just can't imagine like what happens when like your spouse dies. Like, oof.
Well, you'll find another wife. That's number one.
I did.
Dating site for John. The moment I die, guys, sign yourself up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What? That's a good idea.
I talked to my grandma actually last week.
Okay.
I was like, how did you deal with
Oh my God.
losing what?
Okay.
No, because I was like, oh, this is like a feeling that I'm feeling actually. And I can see like, I kind of feel like I kind of have a taste of like, oh, what it's like to be alone. And
what did she have to say?
no, but she said it was different for her because my grandpa died of cancer and he was supposed to have died like many, many years prior. And so he like way outlived like his diagnosis.
Okay.
And then he was in so much pain at the end that she was like, she was happy that it was almost like he was given relief. Like she
Yeah.
said, when he died, she looked like at his face and she was crying, but she's like, oh, he has so much peace right now. Like now he's at peace. And I'm like, so did you ever think of getting? It was a really good conversation with Grandma because I've never. It's been a long time since I've asked her, probably since our last big road trip that we did together, where I asked her like really good questions, like intentional questions, and I was like, you never ever thought about like getting remarried, or like, she was like, no, just wasn't a thought that ever crossed my mind. Don't know why.
How old was she when your grandpa died?
Well, that was 25 years ago, and she's 90 now. So she was like, no. It was in 2000. Yeah, so she would have been like 70 something.
It's different with my grandma. Like, my grandma's same age. She's 92. My grandpa died when she was 82, I think 82. And then she got remarried at 86. And I remember I was there right before my grandpa died, and my grandma was like shaving him on his deathbed and like just like very sad.
Is it just like dying and your wife's like, lift up your chin? You're like, dude.
Oh,
don't worry about
my
it.
grandma did. She was. But I think like she just knew he always wanted to be clean shaven, and she felt bad like having him not in that moment. That's what I kind of thought. And I don't know. It's just something that she could do for him. And then she was lonely. Like, she got remarried to one of her high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
And at 86. So I think it just really depends on who you are and how you deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Like,
100%.
You definitely should get remarried, I think.
Yeah.
That's just me. When I'm dead, you can do what you want.
Yes. Ladies.
You're like, do you know how to make tacos?
Yeah. Pasta.
Tacos. It's a prerequisite over here.
No.
Yeah, Tui will be the food taster. John, you can marry this one. Don't marry all the sauces.
Yeah. Real saucy. So, holiday was good. What was it like coming back? Like, after holiday? And just be honest about it.
It sucked. It didn't suck to see you or the kids. Like, that made it good. It sucked.
Hurts, but okay.
It sucked. And you know what? You made it better. Like, normally it's way worse. I shouldn't say it sucked. It was like better than a lot of times that we come back from holiday, because like you were here and the house was very clean. Like, you got some help cleaning up, and it was really clean, and so that was good. And the water was working and the solar was working when I came home. And normally there's like chicken poop all over the house, and like the toilet is just
because we share the house.
Not
This set is in the living room
bleached.
of the house. Living room.
That's not bleached. And normally the water's off for some reason. I swear every time we go on holiday, we get back and you're like, all right. And then
like we're
no
going
water.
out. We're going out tomorrow to see some friends because their parents are visiting from Australia, and so I wouldn't be surprised if like the water's not working when we get back tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
It just happens.
Just
We just go for a few hours, and when we come back, water's off. Like, you have water for months, leave for 24 hours or like 12 hours, water's gonna go off.
Yeah. So I would say the hardest part about coming back was the heat, because when you're on holidays, you're like in air conditioning, you can jump in the pool. And here it's just very hot, and having maybe to cook.
Yeah.
I would say that was the best part about the holiday, was like just being served food. I was like, oh, it's so nice not to cook.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind cooking.
Croy can cook.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Croy, new chef. Come on.
Yeah.
Tui wants dal every day, so. And I don't make good dal. My dal sucks.
It's not the best.
Yeah, it's not the best.
You're right.
It's just like the one thing that I have no idea what I'm doing.
So, what's important to you now then? And how are you dealing with it? So, this question is actually brought to you guys by Fresh Tea and Coffee, which is our cafe that we operate out of Sanganga. And we are, how do I say this? In serious discussions about and planning about
More.
bringing it to the mainland, right?
Yeah.
We've discussed it for a long time, but it's going to be happening now.
Yeah.
And so we're excited to be doing this. And so we're going to be starting a new segment. Tui's probably working on the videos as we speak. I've already filmed the first little conversation. And so I've always said since the beginning that I wanted the coffee shop to be a place where relationships can be fostered, basically, whether it's to break up cleanly and have that last conversation, or to fall in love, or to, talk with your dad or your mom, or to, start a business or have one of those conversations with a new client. I just want it to be a place where relationships grow and deepen. And so one of the things that we're going to start pushing more, rather than just like, lots of people can make coffee. I think we make the best coffee in Fiji, and lots of people can make food. I think our pizza is better than all other pizzas, but I'm biased, obviously. So we're going to be starting a new segment focused on what we want the coffee shop to be about. There's an insect crawling on my neck. Cool. And it's going to be called Fresh Moments. And so we've already filmed Fresh Moment number 1.
I haven't
and
heard
it's
about
very
this.
simple. No? And so I'm going to be going around to people on the street. And if you guys say hello to me, I might ask you to do a fresh moment with me. And so it's really simple. All I ask, and I just did it with Archie, who's our manager at Fresh Tea and Coffee. If you've ever been there, you've met her and know how joyful and bright she is, and how much she cares about every single person that walks into the facility. And so fresh moments are just simply what's important to you right now and how you're dealing with it. And just like a means to like have a conversation beyond like, how are you doing? Good. Okay. See you next time. And so, yeah, what's important to you right now and how are you dealing with it?
Well, we had a bit, like when we got home, we had a business conversation. We've been doing this big like plan and budget for all this stuff that we were looking to do. And it didn't get shot down, but we got a big direction change in it. And something that I found really hard within our first proposal was we were going to have a wage in there. And we haven't been paid for anything we do in Fiji. Well, not our media stuff, yes. But we've had to invest quite a bit in that. So it doesn't feel like we're getting paid. It just feels like we're putting some money back.
Yeah.
And so I think I was like really looking forward to that. Like it took me a while to be okay with like the plan. And then once I was like, oh, you know what? It'd be actually so nice to have some like real financial stability. And I think when we had that shift, I was like, ooh, this is tough for me that we're not going to get that. Like I was really looking forward to having less stress around that. And then today we were listening to Alex Ramosi, and he was just talking about like, the most people that are successful, they're not any better than you. They're not stronger than you. They're not like more talented than you. They've just been able to push through the difficulties and actually achieve what they want to achieve. And I was like, yeah, I need to be way tougher and stronger. And if I want to make money this year, then I need to like work harder and not be like, woe is me. And I think like that's good to listen to people like that, where they're like, I did struggle and look at me, and like, stop sucking. And Roz, my friend that took me on the holiday, her favorite thing to say is like, well, it just sucks to suck. Like if something goes bad and like you're complaining about it and like you did a bad job, it's just like, yeah, it sucks to suck. And I was like, yeah,
It's
I
really
just need to
deep. That's my kind of quote. I'm gonna steal that.
It's probably the best quote ever, because it does suck to suck. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, stop sucking, because it does suck to suck. And if you don't put in the effort, then you suck and you hate your life. And so, yeah, I'm just dealing with it by trying to not suck. That's my kind of quote.
Yeah.
I'll never remember like something that's like really long.
I've never sucked in my life. Yeah.
Okay, all these guys in this room.
What?
I just wish you guys could be here. I just have to like sit in this room with all these guys. And like, oh, that's what she said. That's what's happening right now.
No, I'm saying I've done really, really well.
Actually, do you know what was also nice on my holiday? Not to be in a house of dudes.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No offense.
You didn't suck. You didn't have to suck. Like you didn't. like.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you didn't like it. It was fun.
See, exactly, right here. This is
that
why
came
it
out
was
really
such a
wrong.
relief to be away
Oh my gosh.
for a while. So you missed me, and I was like, it's great not to have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're thinking.
No.
Being around you sucks. Uh-huh. Nobody's forcing it on you.
Wow. Like, see? Yeah, this right here. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it's your own attitude.
Oh,
That spoils
dear.
it.
I apologize to everybody that's listening to this. Don't listen to us anymore. Okay, I'm going to ask you the last question because I'm wrapping up. I'm done with this conversation.
Wow.
And that's because I was at a women's conference and I am telling all you boys bedtime soon. So,
To go and suck
Tui's
it.
like, actually, wait. No, I got something better. Tui, can I tease you for a minute? I'm just going to do it anyway. The first time I ever met Tui, he got in the car.
Who's Tui?
Tui's our content manager. I'm going to do it. Can I? He's shaking his head. It's
okay,
funny.
he said that. He said that. No.
Okay, I'm not allowed to.
Okay, all right.
I'm not going to tease him. It's coming out. You just wait like 5 more podcasts. I gotta put it in there. Yeah. It's funny. Oh, just relax. It is funny. Anyway, okay. Well, we're going to wrap up because I got nothing left and I got
Okay, you
kiboshed.
still have this. You still have this. Come on,
I'm just
keep the conversation.
sweating over here and I miss my
rolling.
air conditioning.
Oh my gosh.
And my
Suck it up.
pool. Oh my. You can cook dinner for a week now. So
Okay, yeah.
we're back to Dal, everybody. Okay. Question is, what is my biggest pet peeve? Please explain.
What?
This is the question of the game.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Yeah. What's my biggest pet peeve? Please explain. Redirection, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think your biggest pet peeve is probably just the way I wake you up in the morning.
Oh, number 1. Yeah, definitely. I hate you every day when I wake up. That's not a good way to wake up, honey. That does not ring bells for success. I always try for 12 years now. I'm like, just wake me up nicely. It doesn't have to be like amazing. Just like, honey, it's 6. It's 6:30.
How do I do
He's
it?
like, Turn at this time. Get up. Yeah, every morning you're just so abrupt. Like you open the curtain. He's like running. Comes in the curtain. Hey, it's 6:30. He always lies to me too. It's like 6:15. 6. He's like, and he lies to me every morning. And then I look at my clock and I go, what a liar. And then I turn back over and go back to bed. And I start off my day just kind of like,
Irritated?
yeah. Why? Why do you do that?
I think I have this like thing in my mind because my parents were really both really early risers, but they also went to bed really early, and I think that's one thing that I didn't really don't really acknowledge. Yeah, calculate or acknowledge. And so, dude, I just remember never ever being up before my dad, and like I would set alarms. There was times probably, but like so I used to do this thing where I would wake up at 4. And then I'll go running, and then I'll go back to bed. Because I love the feeling of waking up knowing that I didn't have to do the workout because I'd already completed it. So I go running, come back, shower, go back to bed for like 45 minutes, wake up and be like,
You think
I
your
finished
face
my
is like,
workout.
what a freaking psycho. That's what I
finish
thought
my
too.
run. I'm like, I just got to get up, have breakfast, go to work. That's it.
Thank you. What's wrong with you is right.
And so-
What a psycho.
But that all started because my dad used to wake up so early, which was 4, and then go running. And then
at
I would come home
4.
and feel like, I don't know, probably like somebody getting off of like one of those little canoes after they've been rescued off the Titanic after almost getting like hypothermia, like really, really brutal.
Yeah.
Feeling brutal, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And so, sorry, Jack, there's no more room on this canoe. And
It was a door, though.
it was a tour. Okay.
It's definitely not like he hasn't watched that show in a long time.
It's been a long
apparently.
time. Yeah. And didn't he do some painting on the boat or something?
Don't worry about the details.
Okay.
You're not good at those right now.
And so, yeah, but Dad would wake up like so early, then I would come back, and I don't know what he would do. Probably do his Bible reading or something, and then I would just pass out because I was still tired. And so then I was like, but then I realized like waking up, I was like, oh, I've already done everything I need to do, and I've already worked out. So I like that feeling a lot.
And so now you just wake up at 5 instead and torture your wife. And like, you're like, yeah, feel the agony with me.
Yeah. So that's
Is that
probably.
what happens?
But then sometimes I do it better.
Like
I make coffee for you.
Yeah.
And
Those
I
are
like
good days.
Hey, Steph, for
It's like
coffee's on the
once
table.
in a very blue moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wake up very happy. I'm like,
So the reason I think is just like I think I have it in my mind without thinking about it that people get up early, like people, and like if you, like to me, like if you sleep until 7, like dude, that's not acceptable. Like
that's
as an
like
adult,
a reasonable human time. Like 7 is like early
I just know
and acceptable.
that there's like a lot of really successful people who don't start their day at 7.
There's some successful people that do though.
Yeah, probably you just don't hear about them.
You just don't hear. That's
Because they're
not
they're
true.
just low key. Like I don't do anything special. I just work while I'm awake. Work
Yeah.
hard. So that's probably the thing that I could improve on the most.
We were trying to go walking in the morning.
Yeah. So how
It's
do I
like
do this
6
properly?
It's like 6:30 in the morning, and I feel nauseous for the first hour of my day. Like
These
when I'm
guys are supposed to
up
be
that
joining
early.
me for my first workout because I go for a run and then workout and then I come and get you for the walk.
That's how you improve it.
What?
You go wake them up and make them feel pain, and then I'll just laugh a little bit in the morning and be
I'll
like,
take a
"All
water
right."
gun and squirt them. So how should I wake you?
Dude,
Because these are not
If
obviously
you
like
signed up for that, you guys suck because John is really good at torturing people, and he's so annoying in the morning. So
No, they signed up, but they didn't. They haven't attended yet.
Yeah, but you're now the coach, John.
So what?
Wake them up.
Okay. Huh? Yeah, I'm a gator. Yeah, I'm their pimp. No, that's different. So
Yes, that's
yeah.
very different, honey. We could pimp them out for sure. We just have to take a few good photos and post them online, and then sign people
They're
up.
always available. Online dating. That's one thing that Fiji doesn't have is like its own dating website. Oh, there's Tinder here.
There must be.
Oh. So how do I wake you up properly? Like, cause these are not fun wake ups. They're too early for you.
You just have to be not loud.
Okay.
Just don't yell at me in the morning. Like,
Hey, babe.
that would be reasonable. And 7
Let's
would
go
be
for a
prefer-
walk. No, we're not doing 7.
Okay, yeah, just
Yeah.
you can still be in your window.
I'll
Just
live
don't-
stream the wake up tomorrow. How about
Just
that?
don't yell at me.
Can I live stream the wake up?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way worse, isn't it? And don't put me on the
Okay,
film.
so
My face will look like this.
what's my biggest pet peeve? Explain.
Oh, well, you have like a lot. I don't know if there's okay. Here's probably the number one, and I'm glad it has. Well, it has a little bit to do with me, but not everything. But like when your truck is perfectly clean, and then you have to drive through mud. And then we get home, and then you like have to go wash it off right away. Like it just makes your soul tick. Maybe that, or
Yeah, maybe that. I do hate that.
no, even better, which involves me, so it makes it worse. Is like we get in a lot of fights about this. It's like John be like, leave him like, hey, can you clean the house today? And I'll clean it, but it's just not what John expects. Like one time we got in this argument. He's like, can you clean the house? And I cleaned everything other than where the toy box was. And I like put the toys away, but it wasn't like perfectly clean. And then he was like, you didn't do anything in the house today.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
What? Well, wouldn't you say those would be your biggest pet peeves?
Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you have like micro pet peeves. Or just maybe me laying in bed at 7 a.m.
Yeah, how dare you? Get out of bed.
That might be your biggest pet peeve. How dare you?
Are you doing 2 of these?
No.
Ooh.
Okay, last one. I'm sweating.
What would I most likely be fired for? Well, I've been fired before, so.
John once got fired for walking too slow at his job.
No.
Wasn't that why?
No. No.
No?
I got fired for being a smartass. Or making smartass comment.
Yeah, but you got the lecture for walking too slow.
No. That was way before. Yeah.
Oh.
I made some sort of.
Snappy comment.
Yeah. My boss was like, "That's it. You're suspended without pay." I was like, "Okay." And then that was on a Wednesday. He's like, "Come back on Monday." I came back on Monday, and he's like, "Your last day was Wednesday. Grab your stuff and go." I'm like, "Bro, I was like fired in the past. Like, what's going on right now?" Like, I got to work, and he's like, "You've been fired for 5 days." You're like,
I didn't even know.
Whoa, okay. Am I like, are we all traveling together here? Or is it just me? Like, but I'm here in my uniform. I'm ready to work, but I'm fired.
Like, should I go home, or do you still need
Dude,
me?
he like, I got there in my truck, like got out, locked the truck, like started walking up to the shop. He like burst out the door. He's like, "Hey," he had like this shake my hand. I see you. Just wanted to let you know that your last day was Wednesday. So you're welcome to go into the shop and grab whatever you need, all your stuff. But it was a pleasure to work with you. And yeah, your services are no longer required. But your last day was Wednesday. All the best.
You're like,
I'm like, but today is Monday.
John,
What?
that's really funny. That's funny. Yeah. I couldn't have been happier when you got fired from that job. I freaking hated you working there. So
Yeah.
that was good news.
We're all better for it.
Yeah. I got fired. Okay, what do you think I could get fired for? Quite a few things.
Yeah,
Right?
let's be honest.
Like
I know,
what?
sleeping in.
Oh.
Not cleaning properly. Not doing the job.
Okay, number. Wow. Talking about a nagging spouse.
Yeah. What would you get fired for? Probably having too many good ideas. That's how you would say it? Sorry, I have so many good ideas.
Sorry that I'm so sorry.
That's what you would say.
Compared to you. And
So, and you come home and this is how the conversation go, like, how's work? Like, I got fired. Oh, what? For what? Too many good ideas. That's what you would say. Yeah.
It's actually so accurate. And then I'll be like, we should do this really brilliant.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you guys for joining. My name is Jonathan, and this is Stephanie. We moved here 4 years ago to pursue our dreams, and we want to create content like this so that our businesses can create employment opportunities.
And so we can have air conditioning one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a dream. Okay.
Yeah.
Lo sé.
All right.
Move.
Well, everybody, thank you guys so much.